Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
The Housing Authority offers products that people can choose from, products that people can access, and I think anyone looking to build, just call the Housing Authority of Grenada. The service was superb. Every step of the way, they collaborated with the owner, they collaborated with the builder. The builder himself was really good. For what I've seen them do, I have to say that from buildings they have done in the past to where they are now, they have come up to speed with modern trends, modern designs, and I think I will advise anybody to choose the Housing Authority of Grenada.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Rich, smooth, delicious, and packed with vitamins that could only be one thing. It's Rika Almond Beverage. Great on its own or a lovely addition to smoothies. So call Superb Distributors on 435-2948 or visit us at Tempe St. George's today. Remember, Rika is life and life is Rika.
What does it take?
All right, so let's say welcome one and all to another Mikey Live program. I am your host, Mikey Hutchinson, and yes, we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean, that is Grenada. And of course, we have a lot of things to tell you about, a lot of things making the news, and of course, you get it here. Well, you know, you get it with the action, the suspense, the drama. But we play games with the facts, yeah? So folks, that's what we have for you tonight. New news discussed, not told. Sargassum seaweed continues to bother the people of St. Andrew, particularly on the coastline. We'll talk about that. One friend kills another over argument. And the police say that they are investigating. St. Andrew resident charged with sexual offences. We'll talk about that. And man charged with non-capital murder relating to that fire the other day. We'll talk more about that, all right? Viral video of student in Scuffle with police officers. Yikes. And the port workers are back to the, back on duty, all right, as of today. Spicemas, the return, a celebration of life, the theme for the celebration of Spicemas 2022. And we'll tell you the details some of the main pointers from coming out of this launch today. All right, so folks, that's it right there. We got to let you know that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Courts, Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa, the Housing Authority of Grenada, Real Value IGA Supermarket, superb distributors as well. We want to say thank you, guys. Folks, we're taking our first break, and when we come back, it could be real news in Oli Lili Lolo, and of course, test series coming up, and of course you'll have the opportunity to enjoy some good cricket again. All right, so folks, we're taking that break and we will be back. Remember, someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credit compliments. Digicel. We'll be back. Remember, share the business.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Well, that's what they say. They're committed to meeting their customers' needs, and we'd like to say hello and welcome again. I just received a notification relating to some of the outages that you can expect as a matter of notice. We'll quickly go through that for you as part of the planned outages that are part of Grenlec's ongoing maintenance program. This is important that we share. For Tuesday, persons in Apsley Hill, St. David's, you'll be affected 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Also in St. David, Pedmotor, tomorrow, St. David's, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Then we have in Battle Hill in St. Andrew, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Then we have La Fortune. That's for Wednesday again. No, so Battle Hill is now Wednesday. La Fortune in St. Patrick, 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. Then Lansapines, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Carrier in St. Andrew, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We are still dealing with Wednesday here. All right. Now we move over to Friday, and for Friday we have a cafe in St. Andrew, 1:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. Corinth in St. David, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Boca and Constantine, 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. and Apretut, St. David, 10:30 a.m. to 12 noon. Balthazar in St. Andrew, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. and Duquesne in St. Mark, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So those are your times. All right. And please remember to... Okay. Yes. Good. The messages is coming quick. Send me the message before I go live, about some news thing. I might probably want to take a break out, quickly go through it. All right. So that's it from Grenlec. Earlier, boy, I know we're hearing about every other thing but this Sargassum seaweed. Lord God. Put it this way. I don't know how the people in Sobeys and Marquis and people in Sateres and those areas on the coastline where there's a high concentration of the Sargassum seaweed. I don't know how these people are doing it. I've seen it all in my life. I smell it all in my life because look at the sight of my nose. Ain't nothing upsetting this nose easy because I've smelled it all. Listen, I don't know how the people making it. And I'm not an advocate for nothing. I don't say, Mikey, me not no advocate. That's not my role. But just for this one time, I'll have to say, boy, if there's anything that could be done for these people, the fishermen in the area, and the residents of those areas, no. You don't want to see Subies. No, you don't want to see it. In fact, you don't want to smell it. Honestly, I'm sorry for the people. I'm sorry for the fishermen. Look at that. Look at it. That them people boat, you know. So imagine how these people get into these boats. It's just, it's tough. And maybe now they have gotten, and unfortunately, so used to that. You understand? People go say, no, well, they're used to it now, ting. And that's unfortunate. If there's anything that could be done, anything, you know, I'm begging for these people. That hard, dog. That hard. You look at the place. The last time I go up there, I see them children and them swimming in that. I'm not making it up. I see them children swimming in the thing like nothing. I'm not talking about no other place but Grenada. You understand? And while we are doing every other thing, we must spend some time remembering these people. I mean, we doesn't pass there often, so we business. You know what I mean? Nah, boy. What? If there's anything, I don't know. There might be somebody watching from some country or something, somebody who can come up with some kind of solution. I'm begging for them people up there, boy. Me don't live in up there, but I don't want to. I can't imagine. Anyway, so I was speaking to someone in the area and they were saying how hard it is with their appliances, you know, and how it makes your clothes smell bad. You're going into an office and, you know, and it just doesn't smell right. And having to deal with that scent for months. Nah, man. Nah, dog. Nah, man. Oh, yeah. Anyway, we are moving on. The launch of Spicemas. They had a little press thing today, you know. It will only be for vaccinated people. Spicemas, the celebration. And they've announced some major changes to the product itself. They say keeping in the context of the pandemic. You know, certain things must be done. So, for example, there are going to be vaccinated events. The Juve and thing would not be as it was. They would be in certain areas, and a lot of these carnival events will be bubbly events. Well, probably with the exception to an extent of the Juve that will be happening in some of these communities. But for one, they're saying that the parade of the bands, it will be done differently this year. All of these things will be happening in the Tantine area, the Port Highway area. So they have a little ring ding, and basically that's where it's going to be happening.
Now, this is the proposed route for the Monday night parade and the Tuesday parade of the bands in St. George's. We propose to use the Tantine, Old Trafford, Bonds Point, Port Highway, Reno Tantine Ring Road. We believe that's a lot of road to run. So basically, you go on the Port Highway, you go up by where the old cinema was, by the gas station, across Anglican High School, Old Trafford, come around Bonds Point, and back across on the Port Highway. In the middle of that, Tantine playing field, we'll cross the stage there. And you have Old Trafford, where persons can prepare and so on. So we believe that area, that environment, and we've spoken with the police. Police is very much a part of that because ACP Mitchell sits on our board. We believe that area affords the security forces control in terms of blocking off the entry, the roads and so on and so forth. So we want to use that limited or restricted space for the parade of the bands. And we believe we can create a bubble there. And we'll use that route for Monday night mass as well. And we see an erected stage in Tantin playing field for the displaying of each section. We still have to cross the stage. And you can have, after you cross the stage and so on, you Tantin, you always pray that the weather is good. Because we know it can get slushy if plenty rainfall. But we believe after 2 years, mud do make a difference to us when we play in mass.
All right, and so that's that. And so there's the Juve. Now the Juve will be happening in a different way, that it will be happening within the communities. I think that was once suggested in the Haikali pandemic. So they are hoping that the Juve could be held in the various communities, like Deputy Street in Gov, you know, and they're saying that they're hoping that they can roll out that one as well successfully. So also Pearls, you know, they'll be using that Pearls airstrip for that particular area.
So this is what we're working with this year. Everybody stay in your section. Your section is your parish. For St. Andrew's Pearls airstrip, they gave us that idea last year. They enjoyed it. We say you can do it a second year. No quarrels. St. Patrick, Sates, have it. We say the bus terminus area, Coconut Row, Breakwater area. That bottom end of Sates there, you can play all the job you want. If you want to go venture onto Main Street, we say no trucks allowed. Only footpath. And I've expressed, and I can do so openly at this forum, that even out of Carnival and so on, one must appreciate the two little hills coming down Main Street. And every year, if you are observant, you'll notice that the Juve is evolving. Bigger trucks, bigger sound systems. It's not, when I growing up, it's jab beating bucket and beating drum and chanting. It's bigger sound systems. And I believe it poses a serious security threat for the trucks on the hills with the grease and the old oil and so on. I mean, when I was minister responsible for Carnival, persons touted that let's bring it back in the town, Market Hill, lovely, and so on. It provided a good spectacle for Podgy and them when they were young. However, we had a run. We asked some of the guys with the big trucks and the trailer trucks to drive through St. George's in the dead of night, of course with police permission, to come up from the carnage and to come up by courts. And after one run, them fellas said, I'm making sense, the trailer trucks cannot even turn. So that we have to appreciate these new realities, you know, and sometimes we have to make decisions, and it's a given. We've never had no major accident in Sates, for instance. But what do? Do we wait until we have one to tell us, well, something can happen, God forbid? So we believe that a good test run of the jab in that bottom part of the tongue of Sates provides more than enough space for Sates Juve. St. Mark, we say Diamond Street up to the roundabout, and St. David Street and so. Right, so they will use the inside part of Victoria. So away from the main road. And you will notice that all of the different areas that we have identified for the parish Juves, we try our very best to minimize on the interruptions of traffic. Yes, so that alternative routes can be used by road users and so on. So we are working along with the RGPF again to ensure that, you know, people can egress and ingress on different areas. St. John, Upper Depredin Street and parts of Lower Depredin Street. Well, people generally know their route. Don't worry about that. St. George's, we'll use the Tantin Ring Road. The same road that we identify for the Monday night mass and the fancy mass, we'll use that same route for St. George's. St. David, Malmont, Big Yard, and past here. We had a good meeting with St. David last week. There is a possible alternative route suggestion. We may revisit it as well.
All right, and so that's basically the announcement. No Tuesday Juve, they say. Only when he no Tuesday Juve, they say. All right, and so basically we're doing the Juve on Monday. All right. And what else I have to tell you? Oh, they'll be having the Dimanche Gras, the Calypso on the Thursday, and not on the Sunday. All right, and some of these events. So, for example, the Calypso shows and so on. Some of the tense events. So they said it could be a mixture of pay-per-view, a mixture of virtual and in person. But all of the events will be for vaccinated people only. We're talking about support, participants, judges, patrons. All they say will be required to be vaccinated in order to attend those events. And also they're saying that as it relates to the private shows, yes, the private promoters will be allowed to have their events, but following the same rules as the Spicemas Corporation.
Now it's extremely important that we highlight to private promoters. Now we're encouraging FETs. But we say the protocol established for SMC is the same protocol for private FETs. SMC want no unfair advantage, but we also believe that private promoters must have no unfair advantage. Yes? So the protocol would be you apply to the SMC for your license and so on, and we have to work with the police and the Ministry of Health in the COVID environment to get your license and so on. So open season for private promoters, you can do your events, but we say the protocol established for the SMC events is the same protocol established for your events. Okay, you know, and the reality is that this year, you know, the private promoters may want to look at the expenditure. You know, you may not be able to bring the biggest of the biggest acts if you can't afford, with regards to maybe the little limitation on the amount of persons a venue can carry. But we believe we can do it nice. And once we get the cooperation of the private promoters, we believe we can do so successfully.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ali Gill, who is the chairman of the board of the SMC. Now we are moving on. We are hearing of so many things that have happened over the weekend, and even now. Today, boy, what we can tell you is that police, they are looking into an incident, the hierarchy of the force, and not only the police, but even everyone, you and I, we are looking on as to what's happening a lot. Is it because of the availability of recording devices or what? We don't know. I don't even know. But there are so many incidents now being brought to light, recorded, of violent attacks, student-on-student attacks. And now we are even seeing student and police and making it up. This afternoon alone, 2 videos in circulation. One involving police, you know. One involving police officers. I'm making it up. You see? And then a lot of mixed views on the entire thing itself. Take a look.
I think, no, young man. No, young man, you cannot. No, and hey, that don't make any sense. Hey, no, hey.
What's the
Hey.
You have some demon.
No,
you bitch. You bitch.
No, but the police don't like that though. No, there's like restraining one.
BTS, don't afraid.
Okay, so you're hearing the different views, and just as you're hearing it on the video, it's the same thing that you're hearing outside. You understand? There are so many of these incidents happening and recorded and being shown, and somehow the police because I made a contact and they have all of the videos and they say they're investigating every single one of them. In some cases, you will hear some of these students being charged. There were incidents on Friday, incidents on Thursday, there are incidents on Monday. Nah, man. No. And that's not the only one that happened today, I'm telling you. Yeah? And somebody says, Mikey, ask people what they thought. What are your thoughts on this incident? What are your thoughts? Somebody called and they say everybody talking about the police, Nobody talking about parents. Everybody expects the teachers to parent your children. Police to parent your children. Everybody else to parent the children, but the parents themselves. But then again, sometimes you see a child looking innocent and thing and you feel you're doing everything at home. Listen, this is a very technical thing. Because you would think that you're doing everything right at home. But when them children go out there and they mingle with their friends and thing, it's a different ball game. It's a different boy. It's a different girl. You understand? So it is a very complex situation and we can sit and play the blame game all day, all night. But we must get sober and find effective ways of dealing with this. There are just too many of it. When you see a child is brave enough to pull out a machete, a cutlass, in a school sport with principal, teacher, parents, friends around, we know something wrong. You mad? By my days, I think, pencil we used to have, you juke your friend, you shot me your pencil after school. And when the juke saw the pencil breaking because he dry out. These days, man, going in school with cutlass. Cutlass and knife. And other objects that's adapted to use as weapons. I'm not making it up. You understand? The problems the principal and teachers had with us back in the day was because the ladies had too many ribbons, or a different color than the school color, or your socks too long or short. You understand? Or your skirt too long or short. Listen, them teachers begging to have these problems right now. Because that is way over their pay grade. And so now we find that it's hard. Disciplining children in 2022 in a school environment has become so politically correct that it breeds these kind of behaviors, or it lends itself to that kind of deviant behavior. Parenting a child too is more difficult today than it was before, because everybody wants to be politically correct. You understand? We just have too many of that. And that's only what's captured on video. What about the other things that are not? We have a situation out on the weekend where friends, begging, killing one another. What trouble is that, boy? And then we find all kind of things to blame. Demand, they say demand, election demand. What shall you? About the election demand, we always find a way to pass the blame. To pass the blame. They say every election, well, maybe that's true. Every election, coincidentally, but any other or some other alley. You understand? I don't know about that. But it also shows that we are not really ready mentally to deal with those challenges. When it gets too hard, we just find someone else to blame. When the going gets tough, we just find someone else to blame. That easy to do. It was Minnie Vanilli, you say, blame it on the rain. You understand? Oh, yeah. We gotta get it right, you know. We can't allow this thing to persist. or to penetrate our societies, because we're going to have a real serious problem. All right? Earlier, the police say that they are investigating a stabbing incident that occurred on Saturday at Sendall Street, Grenville, St. Andrew. It resulted in the death of Dominic Seals, a youth, 18 years old. There's a guy in his national, they say, residing at the same address, Sendall Street, St. Andrew. They say that they have 2 persons in custody assisting with their investigation. And they're saying that a full-scale investigation has been launched into this matter. You understand? According to sources, the man was begging. You understand? Friends. All you, we have work to do. All we have work to do. As parents, we have work to do. As family, we have work to do. As members of our communities, we have work to do. I have a little thing that us do, and I hope to teach it to my son when he's big enough. You see, once we condition our minds to deal with certain situations, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Once we condition them, probably we'll have less of that kind of thing happening. You know? Just telling your children, son, before they leave home, once or twice a week, 3 times, 4 times, every day if you have to, I love you. Do not let anyone force you out of character. Do not allow anyone to let you react in a way that will hurt you in the long run. Give them values and things to look forward to. It's just a little psychology. It's not that hard. No, seriously, already not that hard. It's not that hard. Give them positive things to look forward to. Teach them how to calm themselves when situation arises. I will not react in a manner that you expect me to. Son, repeat that with me. I will not react in a manner that others expect me to do, especially in the context of fights. If there's a conflict, you understand? If there's a conflict between you and someone, or between someone and you, and you do not react, the conflict ceases to exist. That it's as simple as that. What is the threat? The conflict. The conflict is the most important thing in this scenario. There is a conflict. What would you like the outcome to be? That conflict gone away. So to cuff somebody, that is not going to solve the conflict. Or to fight back is not going to fix the problem. There is a problem. Let's not use the word conflict. Let's go down slower. Problem. So how do I fix that problem? Not by fighting back. I fix that problem by not responding in a like manner. Problem gone. Yeah? Anyway. So, youth man dies, and police, they are investigating the incident. Brethren, friends, in an argument, I guess so much you're thinking about, oh God, I killed my own friend. You understand? You think that's what he wanted to do? Olio. Christopher Brathwaite is a 41-year-old steel bender of Hope in St. Andrew. Now, he was arrested, formally charged, and cautioned by officers attached to the Criminal Investigations Department, and we're moving on, for the offense of rape and indecent assault. Now they're saying that Brathwaite is alleged to have committed the offenses on Saturday, 6th November 2021. According to police, he was granted bail in the sum of $20,000 with one surety. As part of his bail conditions, Brathwaite ought not to have any contact with the virtual complainant. Brathwaite is scheduled to appear at the Grenville Magistrates Court on Thursday, 17th March 2022. Friday, we were telling you about an incident, right? So, altercation, man dies, car burns, house burns, mommy dies. Police say that they were aggressively investigating this particular matter. Today, as an update, we'll tell you that Tyrone Jamie Belfon, who's a 47-year-old farmer of La Fortune, St. Patrick, he has been arrested and charged for the offense of non-capital murder. They say by intentionally causing the death of Nicholas Duncan, 60 years of Madeiras in St. Patrick. According to police, the incident occurred on Wednesday night, the 2nd of March 2022, and Belfon is scheduled to appear at the Saturday Magistrates Court at a later date. Texting me on the program, man. Where's that one dog? You know, son? So, there seemed to have been some sort of altercation. Right? And then the man was stabbed. And I don't know at what point in time he was stabbed, whether he was in the vehicle or out of the vehicle. But then he ended up getting into his yard with the vehicle. There's an explosion. The vehicle caught fire. The house caught fire. Mommy inside. Mommy can't move around. Mommy do young. They were not able to get out mommy in time. So both son and mother died as a result of the incident. Now we were having an argument Friday too. What happens? Will they be holding the accused man responsible as well for the death of the mother? Very, very, very technical case you'll hear in the coming weeks. You know, I'm not putting it out there because that's what you will hear. You will hear that. You know? It's a very unusual case, and you can expect to hear some interesting things coming up as it relates to that particular matter. You know? Anyway, how did you think I didn't get to read the comments, but relating to the incident, I just saw a comment come up again. Relating to the incident involving the police and the student. What's your thoughts on it? You can put your comments in the comment section, and certainly we'll be able to see what you think about it, because there are a lot of people. I mean, the nation is split down in half. Some people saying that the police should have dealt with it in a different manner. Some people saying that the student was really wrong, and they find the police was soft. You know, they should have been a little more forceful initially. You know, so I did say on Facebook, if it's her child, when he come home, he dead. Well, if it's my child, you will listen to tomorrow's program to hear what I'll say about that. Nah, I don't do that stuff. If it's my child, son, you're a madman? You're a madman? Come, sit down there. And it's me and you. And it's me and you. You understand? Because I would like to know that I've taught my child how to respond in these situations properly. You understand? You're not right and wrong in that situation. You know? You stand down. You stand down. You hear me? And we'll deal with it after. We were just talking about the problem. To fix the problem, you don't go into it. You retreat from it. Yeah? So you don't get deeper into the problem and expect me to tell you you're right. That's not going to happen. Okay, son? It's not going to happen. But then again, it is a lot of it would be based on us as parents and how we would have taught our children. You know, and I'm not saying that they would not at times deviate from that teachings. Again, I'm not going to be here trying to be a hypocrite to say that it's always going to be the way we plan it. It's not. I'm guessing. I know the 2 police officers were involved in there, and I was surprised. One, I thought one of the officers were going to be a little more aggressive. He wasn't. And the one that I thought was not going to be aggressive, he was the one that moved in. And again, you just, in these moments, you just don't know how you would react. So I'm not here going to stand here and blame no police and say, oh, they. Because sometimes I get sick too. You understand? I get sick too. And of course, man, when they're driving, particularly when they're driving, and because they boss man and them. If I have to go to hell, it's because it's for cussing a boss man. You know what I mean? Yeah. So again, I'm not fully going to blame the student to say, ting, because I don't know how he was brought up. I don't know how he was done. I'm not going to blame the police. All I'm going to say is that we have a problem. We have to be able to identify the problem carefully and come up with strategies and ways how we can fix it. I think we should also include in our schools more, conflict resolution and stuff like that in our schools if we think that there's a need for it. Life skills and all of that. There's too much academics happening in schools. If I could have kept my child home and teach him from 1 to 25, I'm doing it for myself. Because I just don't think that we have adjusted appropriately to deal with life. I don't think we are giving our children a realistic model of what life is, a mold. I don't think we are. Because we are schooling them in a particular direction, and life is presenting itself to them in another way. And so there is this conflict when they are growing up or when they are leaving school, and because there's an expectation that they will be prepared for. But when they are sent out there and the experiences that they encounter is a total contrast to what they prepared for all their lives, or the formative years of their life. So it might just be a holistic thing that we need to look at. Anyway, I ain't come here for that. How are we looking? Whoa! Where did the time go? Folks, I have to take that break. I'm sorry. I didn't realize we were so far off. Shireen, you're fired. I didn't realize we were so far off our schedule. My apologies for that. But port workers, they are back on the job, so things are okay for now, and you can expect the smooth flow of things back on the port tomorrow, God's willing. All right. So if you had business that was disturbed because of the protest on Friday, and they had a meeting earlier today, well, of course they had to discuss everything and like that. So they're saying that things are back to normal, so I could organize all the business. All right. Let me take a quick break and I'll come back shortly. All right. Stay right there. I have the weather for you, and maybe you have to know the national report as well. Yikes. So we're coming back. And don't forget, cricket. Don't forget, we are going to cricket. We've not had cricket for a long time, and so it's our time to go get your tickets online, and of course at the box office. And remember, 75% off for elderly and children. And the typical Grenadian is 50% off the ticket. I think that's cool enough, all right? We're coming back.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
The Housing Authority offers products that people can choose from, products that people can access, and I think anyone looking to build, just call the Housing Authority of Grenada. The service was superb. Every step of the way, they collaborated with the owner, they collaborated with the builder. The builder himself was really good. For what I've seen them do, I have to say that from buildings they have done in the past to where they are now, they have come up to speed with modern trends, modern designs, and I think I will advise anybody to choose the Housing Authority of Grenada.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess and Klein and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Rich, smooth, delicious, and packed with vitamins that could only be one thing. It's Rika Almond Beverage. Great on its own or a lovely addition to smoothies. So call superb distributors on 435-2948 or visit us at Tempe St. George's today. Remember, Rika is life and life is Rika.
Welcome to Yogo. Most of you know us for our food delivery service and our food pass for free delivery from restaurants. But did you know you can also use us for grocery deliveries too? We've just added another 5,000 plus new items to Yogo's supermarket. And stay updated as we add more products and vendors. Yogo Services is our convenient skip the line offering. Let us pay your electric, water, and other utility bills for you. With us, you will be able to buy tickets, pay your rent, schedule bookings, and other services. Need a ride to get somewhere? Give Yogo Lyft a try. Select your pickup location and destination location and wait for our driver to collect you. Never have to worry about how you're gonna get to a place again. Please see website or app for our service locations. And sign up now.
Hassle-free loans for your every need. Cards have you covered, best believe. Cards ready, cash is for everyone. Not to worry, fast approval. Hurry up and come. We got it all, we on the go. Cards ready, cash you already know. We got it all, we on the go. Cards ready, cash always ready. When you're ready, let's go.
Cards ready, cash. ready when you are.
Spicemas Corporation announces plans to stage Carnival 2022 under pandemic conditions. We'll have details to this story and more in the national report. With the details to the news for Monday, March 7th, I am Rakisha St. Louis. Spicemas Corporation has announced several changes for Carnival 2022 that will take into consideration COVID-19 protocols as part of its Plan A to deliver an event that protects lives during a pandemic. The plan was laid out by Chairman Ali Gill during a media launch on Monday that comes roughly 2 weeks after an announcement by Minister for Culture, Honorable Yolan Bain Hosford, that Grenada will have Carnival this year after a 2-year absence due to COVID-19. All Calypso tents and competitions will be streamed live. There will be no competition in fancy and traditional mass, and Juve will be decentralized and held on a parish level.
Pandemic or no pandemic, all our Calypso tents will be streamed live, and you can access it in the diaspora and so on. The bands will not be competing among themselves this year. We'll have a massive parade with one theme and so on. It's a fun parade, in essence, a frolic. It's a parade basically where you exhale, because nobody losing, nobody winning.
The chairman says the route for Monday night mass and parade of the bands has been shortened, but will start earlier to give revelers more time to enjoy the events.
We propose to use the Tantin, Old Trafford, Bonds Point, Port Highway, Reno Tantin, Ring Road. We believe that's a lot of road to run. So basically, you go on the Port Highway, you go up by where the old cinema was, by the gas station, across Anglican High School, Old Trafford, come around Bonds Point, and back across on the Port Highway. In the middle of that, Tantin playing field, we'll cross the stage there. And you have Old Trafford, where persons can prepare and so on. So we believe that area, that environment, and we've spoken with the police. Police is very much a part of that because ACP Mitchell sits on our board. We believe that area affords the security forces control in terms of blocking off the entry, the roads and so on and so forth.
A second plan has been devised in the event by mid-year into August. The COVID situation changes and there is no longer a need for restrictions and protocols. SMC says the success of this year's festival depends heavily on the vaccination status of enthusiasts. The corporation continues to work with the Ministry of Health and is guided by the deliberations from the COVID-19 Committee and Cabinet. Gill said carnival activities will be held in person and via pay-per-view. He said after several rounds of consultations with stakeholders, it was decided that all in-person events will be held in a bubble with only fully vaccinated participants.
Vaccination is important for us because St. Kitts at the carnival, whatever, over 80% of the population vaccinated. It's extremely important. And we know and we appreciate that vaccination reduces the risk of hospitalization and death. And as such, it gives us a stronger bargaining power to open up the carnival and loosen up the restrictions and so on if more persons are vaccinated. So it is in carnival benefit too. Of course, the first benefit in vaccination is to protect your health and life and that of your family and friends and so on. But it also aids us in putting on carnival by more Grenadian nationals, more Grenadians in the diaspora and so on, being vaccinated. It makes it a safer environment. Everyone entering the venue must be vaccinated. Not just patrons. The sound system people, the production people, the vendors, the competitors, the judges, the police officers. That is what we are asking. You have your vaccination card? Bingo, you're in the show.
Spicemas 2022 will be observed under the theme Spicemas, the Return, the Celebration of Life. Grenadians in the diaspora can now earn rewards for referring others to Grenada through the newly launched Grenada Tourism Authority program 473 Connect. It comes days after GTA launched its Voluntourism program. 473 Connect was launched virtually on Sunday under the auspices of the Minister for Tourism and Civil Aviation, Honorable Clarice Modeste Kerwin, to target first, second, and third generation Grenadians who have made significant contributions to national development over the years in culture, sports, and investment. Minister Modeste Kerwin applauded those in the diaspora who have and continue to make tremendous contributions to the country.
Grenada has a huge diaspora community with a global network of over 360,000 persons. Your economic contribution to the tourism sector in Grenada is well noted and deeply appreciated. As recent as this COVID pandemic which hit us, one of the frequent sites that we saw were the long lines at MoneyGram and wherever monies could be sent, there were long lines. And again, I say you are the lifeline of us in Grenada. You keep us afloat, especially in times of disaster, as we have seen consistently over the years. So we wish to commend you for the role that you have played during the pandemic, all of those health supplies you sent. Some of you came physically to lend your technical support.
CEO of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Petra Roach, outlined the steps to access the program and its incentives.
473 Connect, it's a very easy process, simple as 1, 2, 3. You register your details on expert.puregrenada.com/473 Connect. You complete a 12-module training course, and then you qualify as a 473 Connect ambassador. I think one of the things that you can recognize is that as a small emerging destination, we have limited resources, but we have strong resources, which are you and your continued advocacy and your continued shouting about the positivity of visiting Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. So we want to thank you for that. And when we thank you, what we also want to do is award you with points, which can then be redeemed locally when you come to visit.
The 473 ambassador with the most referrals will receive the grand prize at the end of the calendar year. Continuing the news, the World Health Organization WHO warns that governments should maintain some level of COVID-19 protocol in the event the situation changes and should also implement measures to boost the vaccination uptake. During a press conference on Monday, Director General Dr. Tedros Ghebreyesus said it is far too early for countries to declare victory over COVID-19. He explained that the threat of the emergence of a new and more dangerous variant is still possible, with recent spikes of positive cases in first world countries. The Director General said high vaccination coverage is the only way to safeguard lives and livelihoods.
It's pleasing to see some countries being able to relax restrictions without their health systems being overwhelmed. But it's far too early to declare victory over COVID-19. There are still many countries with high rates of hospitalization and death and low rates of vaccine coverage. And with high transmission, the threat of a new and more dangerous variant remains very real. We continue to urge all people in all countries to exercise caution, and we urge all governments to support their people to protect themselves and others. The only sustainable way out of the pandemic is to reach high vaccine coverage in all countries. We must now turn our attention to addressing the crucial question of how we turn vaccines into vaccinations, how we ensure all countries have enough tests, enough oxygen to treat patients, and enough PPE to keep health workers safe. And we call on all governments to continue with surveillance to track the virus, as well as testing to make sure patients receive the right treatment.
To date, there are 37,616 fully vaccinated Grenadians, with over 5,000 partially vaccinated. 5,734 Grenadians have accepted all 3 COVID-19 doses. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break. Welcome back. The Ministry of Education is making a plea to parents to send their children to school as efforts are made to increase the presence of school attendance officers at various institutions on island. This comes 3 weeks after schools reopened fully for face-to-face classes after months of disruption caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. As Sarana Mitchell reports, the ministry is sending out school attendance officers to investigate reasons for students' lack of attention at school.
Acting Chief Education Officer Angela Finley says school attendance officers are currently going to schools to investigate registers because several students are still not attending school. Finley notes that according to the Education Act, if a student is chronically absent, the home will be visited and the parent can be fined or imprisoned.
We have a pool of school attendance officers assigned to every district. So, as is customary, there was that lull in what you may call really monitoring that, because it was the parents had the option of keeping children at home. But for this period from January, that option has been removed. So we are now asking parents to ensure their children do attend school when they are expected to be unplanned, and it's now school for everyone. However, we do have some schools with little challenges with infrastructure still under repairs, so some are not having everybody. But for the most part, all schools should have the majority of their children in. Therefore, the school attendance officers are currently visiting schools, examining the registers to determine the children who have been noticed for extended absence, and they then go out into the villages, into the districts, to the homes of those parents or the workplaces to engage them and ascertain what the situation is with those students.
And what's the penalty for the parents?
Well, the Education Act speaks to fines, which can also include fines and imprisonment possibilities for parents who refuse to send their children to school.
According to the Education Act, Section 46B, a fine of EC $1,500 and imprisonment for 3 months if a parent refuses to answer questions from a school attendance officer about his or her child not attending school. While Section 48(1) states a parent who refuses or neglects to cause a child to attend school will be fined EC $1,000. Meanwhile, both teachers and students are happy to be back in school after the disruptions caused by the COVID-19 pandemic.
With the resumption of school, it came with many positives as well as challenges. I'm going to take it from the perspective of the students. Many of them are happy to be back. They love the face-to-face interaction because they were basically at home for the longest period of time, and a lot of them weren't able to give off their best. It took a lot of adjustments to adjust with the online learning and those things, and many students, it was not working for them. But with the resumption of school, they're now able to be in the element and perform to the best of their ability.
What we are seeing actually happening right now is that we're getting a lot better attendance, because when we had a lot of the blended learning before, a lot of students, when they were at home, they just would not actually attend a lot of the physical classes. We had some forms obviously had better attendance than others, but everyone is happy. The teachers are happy to see the kids face to face, to be able to do their devotions with them on a morning time. So everyone really and truly right now is just happy to have the kids physically back at school.
It's also good because some of the students, especially in the lower forms, they were not attending the classes via online platforms. So when lessons are being taught, you'll just have a fraction of the students attending. So I was very worried about the students that were missing out. So now that they're all back in the school, I'm really happy so that topics I'm reviewing some of the topics that they would have missed, and then go further with everyone rather than just about a handful.
I rather face-to-face because there's no difficulties, no excuses.
When you say difficulties, excuses, what do you
Technical difficulties and excuses that we can't have class.
When we're at home, it's more difficult to learn than when you're in school. You get distracted very easily, and it's some subjects are hard to understand at home.
School reopened on January 3rd in a staggered approach and fully for everyone on February 15th. For the National Report, I am Sarana Mitchell.
That story just ended the National Report for Monday, March 7th, recapping the top story. Spicemas Corporation announces plans to stage Carnival 2022 under pandemic conditions. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
Thank you very much, Rakisha, and the rest of the GIS News team. We are in overdrive for today. We stepped over our time a bit, but I think we'll be forgiven. Here's the weather for tonight. Partly cloudy and breezy with few brief showers improving during the early morning. The minimum temperature for tonight, 24.5 degrees Celsius, and winds east-northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate to rough, waves 6 to 9 feet in northeasterly to easterly swells. A marine advisory is in effect. And for Tuesday, we expect the weather to be generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times with few brief showers, mainly overnight. The maximum temperature for tomorrow, 30.5 degrees Celsius and minimum 24.5 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Seas moderate to rough, waves 6 to 8 feet in open northeasterly to easterly swells. A marine advisory is in effect. And the sun is expected to rise tomorrow 6:20 a.m. and set at 6:18 p.m. That's our weather report for tonight and tomorrow. Here's now a big up to Soraya, to Velma, to Mom, to Kireen, to Brother John, and Suzanne, and it's Clovey, and the entire team who's currently viewing on YouTube. We say thank you for being there. Hello to you. And for those of you on Facebook, we say big up, big up, big up, big up to the usual suspects, and Charmaine, Shum, Claire, Kireen, Monet. Finally, I'm seeing your comment. I've never been able to see it before. I'm seeing your comment now. So hello to you, all right? And who else? All the people. We have Hazel, we have Yvonne, we have Patty, we have Devar, we have Michelle. Monet, there's still something wrong because I can't see a picture. So maybe you're not following the page or something, all right? Vicky, how are you doing in Bermuda? Hello to you as well. And Teresa, to the first time viewers on the program, Cynthia, blessings to you. To the first time viewers on the program, we say hello to you. And of course, don't make it the first and the last. I mean, come on, this is the issue, you know. All right. Don't say I didn't tell you. Linton is there, and Mom as well. Wayne, hello to you. Thank you for joining us, Wayne. Blessings to you and the team, as well as Michelle, Michi, Claire, and who else is with us? Boy, Zaka, Suzette, Wagwan. Big up Suzette. All right, and Teresa, and Chili. Well, man, everybody, Blessings to you, all right? And may God bless you and the family. We talk tomorrow. Timron, all right? And Thomas and Suzanne. Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we all say, Ja! No, Lucy! I see you there, and Celine. Okay, so blessings. Okay, take care, guys. And we'll touch base again tomorrow. Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, Mariel, 2, 1. We all say, Ja! No, take care.